Hello and welcome back to the channel. Right, you know what, I thought to myself, I haven't done a model by Sembo for a while, so I present to you the J15, the Flying Shark. So, usual format, we will have a 60-second speed build, I'll show you some pics, and then we'll get into the review. Let's crack on and build. Right, welcome back. So, the J15. First of all, instruction manual. I've missed Sembo. I really have missed Sembo. This is a proper book. It's, as soon as you pick it up, it's that Sembo quality. It has lots of extra stuff in it, which is all very nice to see. Does make me wish that I spoke or read Chinese. Although some of it doesn't need translating really. Don't put it in your ear and don't eat it. But overall, these are really very, very good indeed. And always nice at the back that we have a little list of components. So, yeah, fantastic. Up to the usual Sembo standard. Now, the bricks fitted very well together. There was no warpage and nothing was missing and no discoloration. Which, essentially, when you're only really dealing with two colours, is always very nice. Now, the overall shape and design of this thing, it's pretty good, I've got to say. It's about as spot on as I think you're going to get with a brick model. So absolutely no complaints there from me whatsoever. Now, as this is a maritime aircraft, obviously it's going to be based on, or is being based on, all the carriers that China is now starting to pump out, where space is at a premium. You are fully able to fold the wings up, which actually, even for display purposes, can be really very useful. I think it's the Hawkeye, the E2, which is obviously it's more of a conventional design, but it is very useful that I can fold up one wing and get it on the shelf, because otherwise there would be no way I can do that. So having the ability to do this can be more useful than just an accuracy thing. So, but yeah, very good from Sembo there. Now the elevators at the back do rotate. We also have working ailerons, a little stiff, but they do move. And we have these little canards at the front, also do move. Now, one thing that Sembo have managed to do, which, to be honest with you, I'm really not sure was possible, but what they've done is they've somehow managed to make the munitions not fragile. I mean, there's quite a few of the planes that I've done in the past where if I tried to do this to a lot of the rockets, bombs, fuel tanks and whatever that are carried, they'd be all on the floor by now. So while they're not invincible by any stretch of the imagination, they are held very, very well in comparison to most of the other models. Now the undercarriage does retract. I'm not going to do it all, but lift out, in you go, and then you fold it down, and then out, and you can lock it in place, which is always very nice indeed. There are, if you watch the video, the speed build, you will notice that I was stopping quite a lot to do the stickers on here, and they are stickers, not decals. However, they are some of the best stickers that anybody does. There are a lot of them, I will say that to them, and I think overall it really works with the amount of life it does bring to it. So fair play to them. There's a couple of bits like the tailplanes, that is pre-printed, as is the inside on the cockpit here. We have a very nice looking dashboard. But speaking of the cockpits, unfortunately I couldn't work out a way, and we have too many figures, a pilot and ground crew, and yes, I realised that I have got that wrong way around, but I couldn't find a way of getting this guy in that cockpit. Now quite often when you've got a fairly shallow floor, you just take the legs off and they'll plonk straight in, but they just wouldn't do it. So that is a little bit of a shame, but it's a very, very minor gripe, because this is, well, it's excellent. It's absolutely excellent. Easily the best jet fighter that I've done so far in this series. Funnily enough, the only one that even really comes remotely close to it is the J15, that also by Sembo. That fails because the munitions underneath were very, very fragile on that, but otherwise it was still an excellent model. But this, cracking, absolutely cracking. Now the amount, this was, what did I say, 1437, 630 odd pieces, but for something that I would consider to be just outside the pocket money range, this is fantastic. Value for money for what you end up actually getting is very, very good indeed. Now size wise, as I say, it does help that you can fold the wings up to display it, but it's not particularly wide. It's around the 20 centimetre mark, fair bit longer obviously, probably 32-33 centimetres thereabouts, so slightly easier to display. I'm going to do a video on comparative sizes of planes, because they can be a bit trickier to display than things like tanks, which are basically rectangles on a shelf. Planes are slightly trickier, so I will do a video on that shortly. But I've got to say, Sembo, I don't think they've ever let me down on anything, whether it was the H20, the J35, or now the J15. Very, very good indeed. Highly recommended. I don't think there's anything more to say else really on that. So hopefully you liked the video. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you again. You take care. Bye bye.